This segment is sponsored by John C. Flood. Whether you're turning it on for the first time or you have experienced a random mishap, a furnace that's not blowing warm air is less than ideal. This, of course, would be something you want to address before we are in the full grip of winter. So here to help us out and help us stay warm are Chris Thompson and Jake Haislip from John C. Flood. Welcome back.
Thanks for having us again.
New season, new problems in the home, right?
Always can be problems. You never know.
Yeah.
I was telling you, we gave in a couple weeks ago,
Right.
and when I hit turn on the heat, I just held my breath to see if any heat would come out. What are some of the big issues you see when people are turning on their heaters this time of year and there's no heat? Like starting with maybe a clogged air filter, could that be the problem?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead,
Yes.
Chris.
No,
Yeah.
I'll give this one a try.
Okay.
Well, first thing we do, we'll have a lot of people ask him, have you checked your filter? And you'll get a lot of people say, what filter?
Yeah,
So a lot of times they don't
yes.
even know that where the filter is or last time they checked it. So that's usually the first thing, because a clog filter will make your system run considerably inefficient.
Okay.
And it will oftentimes even shut itself down from overheating. So that's the first line of defense, is to make sure your filter is changed regularly. You want to do it, especially in the peak season, you want to do it every 30 days.
Every 30 days?
When you're running it full.
I didn't even know we had a full-time in the category of what are you talking about right now, Chris?
Well, you're not the only one.
Really?
Yeah, see, when you're running it like full throttle and it's really cold, or even in the summertime when it's really, really hot, you want to change it very often.
Wow.
Right.
Also,
Okay.
you know, having pets and little ones
Right.
can cause faster debris buildup. So
I have all of that.
if you have, if you know, multiple cats, dogs, little
Yeah.
kids kicking up more dust, you'll want to change it more often than not.
Okay. Oh, thank you for that one. What about a high limit switch? What does that mean?
So a high limit switch is inside any typical furnace. What it's going to do is serve as a safety mechanism. So it's going to detect whether the furnace is getting too hot or overheating. And not changing your filter regularly is something that can cause that to happen. So basically, if your high limit switch goes off, it's not going to produce hot air at all, which tends to be one of the more common issues we run into while we're going out and servicing customers who call us and say, hey, heat went out. And we come out and realize the high limit switch had flipped because the filter had not been changed. So
It can be an easy fix, or it's not a whole new furnace?
It can be a very easy fix, yes.
Okay.
And it can be avoided completely by just changing the filter.
Going back to number one.
Right.
What about the thermostat? Could it be set to, a setting that you didn't want, right? Something like
Right. If you
on.
sometimes leave it on all the time, the furnace is not always continuously blowing hot air. So if you just leave it to the on setting, your fan's just going to keep spinning, and a lot of times it's going to be blowing cool air out.
And
So
you would
you wanna
recommend
want
putting it on
Auto.
auto?
On auto.
Because then it will only kick in when it is
And
getting
then you'll always have the phantom thermostat switcher that will go in, and you turn it down, they turn it up, or vice versa. So you might think it's something blowing, it's not blowing cool air, it's because somebody's running hot, so they went down, cooled the system down. So you'd be surprised, a lot of people they just are not paying attention to people that might be going around and just adjusting a thermostat more regularly. That's why you go on those programmable ones where you can preset it to do its proper duty during the day and night.
Yeah. But when we got our house, they had set it, and we didn't realize that. We're like, why is this going up and down all the time? It was preset.
And then there's a simple thing, just changing the batteries.
Okay.
If it's not operating correctly, a lot of times I hate to say it's like anything else, that you change the batteries.
Isn't that funny? You go in on a call and it's like, change the batteries
Just
on your
needed new
thermostat.
batteries, yeah.
What about clogged burners? What's the issue there?
Clogged burners are typically going to be more relevant on much older furnaces.
Okay.
So once we start to service people's systems who have older furnaces, a lot of times we do find that the burners get clogged up, and that just tends to be soot over time.
Okay.
Obviously, when you're burning, you're getting, buildup of combustibles from the gas burning system. So when burners get clogged, it will cause you to not be able to produce heat. So something that we do regularly during the wintertime is come out and do cleanings on those to make sure that we can get you through the winter, especially if you got an older unit.
Well, it sounds like something we need you for. I would have no idea how to clear a clogged burner. Finally, we have something special happening tomorrow. And the reason you're wearing pink shirts, I've got to mention this, right, Chris? This is your bread and butter.
Right. Well, we are going to be announcing our winner for the Wrap Your Home in Love event tomorrow morning live. I believe it's 9 a.m. And we'll be at the winner's home. So that's going to be very exciting. And we'll actually have the actual pink system on site. And she probably doesn't know that yet, but she's going to have a pink system plopped on her lawn very early in the morning.
You painted this pink.
Yeah, we did have
It's a
somebody
one of a
paint it. Yeah. It's a one of a kind. One of a kind.
That's amazing.
I'm sure it's going to start a trend.
Yes.
Right,
I would like a pink system.
Right.
I'll have to talk to my husband about it.
Right, and you're not the only person to
awesome.
mention that, but yeah, we are looking forward to that. It's going to be very exciting.
You always have that community focus, including helping us out at home if people are experiencing not having that heat. Don't worry, you don't have to worry anymore. If you'd like to learn more information about your furnace and if it is or isn't working, you can check out all the ways that John C. Flood is also giving back to the community and learn about your furnace by just heading to johncflood.com. Thank you both for coming in, helping us out this season.